Hi, I'm Edie.
I'm Judy,
And
and
together
together we're the Rainbow Grannies. Yay!
Today, Judy and I are covering the topic of questions that people have sent us on TikTok. And we do want to give a disclaimer. We're not psychologists, psychiatrists, we're no doctors or anybody that any formal training. We just have the training of life.
Right.
Judy's going to start us out with one of the questions that was sent to us.
Oh, I love this one. My parents keep saying, "You're not gay, you're just confused."
It's a phase.
Yeah,
I get that a lot.
phase.
A lot of young
I
people
do.
send me messages on TikTok all the time, and they'll say, "My parents keep saying it's a phase."
I thought you were saying they were telling you that it's a
Oh,
phase for
no,
you, and you're
I'm
like
not
61 years old and it's still a phase.
Yeah, it
Oh
is.
my goodness.
I'll grow out of it soon. So yeah, they send me messages all the time talking about it's a phase and their parents. But you know what? The truth of the matter is, it's the parents that are hoping and wishing that it is a phase because they realize that the life of being a gay, a lesbian, transgender, whatever it is you are, is not an easy life. I mean, and for Aunt Clara that thinks that you picked this life, she's nuts because we all know nobody would pick to be ostracized, mistreated, hated, and abused by probably 50% of the world, you know? So um, she needs, all of them just need to chill out.
Right. So then I go back to some other questions I know we've had where, someone would say, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Am I gay or am I bisexual? I'm not sure what I am.
Right.
And, this is a new question for me because I just knew I was gay and there was no question of I'm not sure what I am. And I wonder if because there is so much more visibility now for LGBT and we've got that spectrums. And so now folks are wondering, where am I on the spectrum?
Well, I know with me, I spent a lot of time hiding it and worrying about what everybody, because I knew my family was just going to be like, oh no, no, but honestly, it ended up being a lot better for me than I actually thought it would be. I remember my grandma, which was in her 90s, she said to me, she says, Edie, I told her, I said, Grandma, if you want to talk about my business, I don't want to talk about it. She says, no, I want to talk about my business. And I thought, oh my God, Granny's going to come out to me, right? But no, it wasn't that. I couldn't have been that lucky. But she did tell me that a lot of people can never understand, their hearts aren't exactly how did her wording was, she was speaking of an aunt of mine that has no children, and she said that she could never understand what unconditional love was because she had never opened her heart to anybody else except for herself. So that was an interesting thing for my grandmother to say because that showed me that she was open. She was open to me and who I am because it's not even just about the one aunt that doesn't have any children because there's a lot of people who don't have children. That doesn't mean that you can't open your heart to someone else. It's just that particular one didn't know how to open her heart to anyone else except for herself because it was always about her. So once, you find that Aunt Clara can, open her heart and realize that she enjoys being loved and she knows that you want to be loved too.
Next question.
What's the next one?
The next one is, what do you think about long distance relationships? I just met someone who is moving out of state, but I'm not in a position to move.
Well, before we got online here and decided to tape our video here, I asked Judy, because Judy and I have only been together 7 years now. And so that means we've both been around the block a little bit before we got to this block. So I asked Judy, had she ever been in a long distance relationship before?
And I said, I don't remember.
Right. And I told her, I'm sure she hasn't, probably because she had all the local women just going crazy for her, But
She
anyway,
liked to think this.
yeah, but she lives,
Yeah.
you know, she lived in Pittsburgh here, where there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of women, you know. So you gotta, you know, it's not like living in a small town somewhere where you can't run into women, you know. There's no lesbian bars, there's no place where they all go hang out at the theater, or there's just not a big circle for you to find that. So I see nowadays, and I really believe this, is a lot of women and men, a lot of people find online relationships, which allows them to have a long distance relationship. And I believe, and really, really, truly in my heart, I believe that you can fall in love with someone online that lives in Germany and love them as much
While
as
you're
you,
in the United States.
right, while you're right here, you know, because you share so much, you spend so much time, and you get that warm feeling that you get. So as far as having a long distance relationship, I think they can be so difficult, you know, because you just eventually, I think you just want to be with that person. So I think that most of the time it ends up that one of you have to make the jump, and that's usually what happens. Either one of you decides to move here or move here. I mean, I don't know about the ones that involve like international, but as far as any of them that I've heard of in the United States, they're either packing up and moving from here to Iowa, or they're saying goodbye.
Yeah. And so what I would say for this person who just met someone, you're at the very beginning of a relationship, and a lot of her friends were telling her, oh, just drop it. But she's feeling a lot for this person. So I wouldn't say just drop it. If you're feeling a lot for someone and it just started and it's long distance, go ahead and see what it's like and where it
Right.
goes. I mean, you've got time, you know, it's, you know, the person's not going to Mars, you know.
So I also say, you know, I mean, being that I have been in a long distance relationship before, and I tell you, you know, I mean, at nighttime when you're sitting there, it gives you at least somebody to chit chat with and share, and you know, I mean, because especially with COVID, where you going? You might as well sit there on the phone or on the internet and talk to somebody
Right.
and
And
enjoy
it can
their
be real
company.
nice.
So I'm okay with it until you don't feel like doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's another question we got, which is really not a question, but somebody who's confused what to do. She is in her 50s. She's married to a man. She's not happy being married because she knows she's gay, but yet she doesn't know what to do about her marriage. So I know Edie's got a big opinion on this one.
Well, my big opinion just becomes really wrapped up in finances, you know, because I worry about your finances. I worry about that if you spent 20 years married to someone and you've been the housewife and done whatever you do, unless you can figure out a way to take care of yourself and financially take, you know, I just that's where I worry.
And I'm here with a big jump of I need to be happy. And, you know, I'm fortunate when I, you know, as a teenager, I was out to myself already. And so going into adulthood, um, I was dating women. And so I don't know what it's like to be in a marriage where I'm hiding who I am for all that time. For me, I would just think that it would be such an entrapment, feeling of
Oh, yeah.
entrapment.
Oh, well, you
And
know, I've
so it's
been there,
kind
so
of
it
like
is rough.
find any way possible to come out,
Yeah.
because women I've talked with, you and some other women I've talked with who did come out after 20 years of marriage and they've got kids and all of this, once they come out, they are so happy.
Right.
And just being free to be who they
You
are.
couldn't put me back in that closet if you had a welding torch. You know, I want to tell you all, thank you so much for joining us. Would you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? Also hit the bell. That way you get your notifications. It lets you know each and every time we load up a video. Not only subscribe to us, make sure you watch a couple of those videos. Shoot it out for us.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.